everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you're here with me today. I am giving you a little bit of a garden update. So we have some new plants that we've planted and things are growing. We've already kind of harvested a couple of things, and so I'm going to give you a little bit of an update, so join me. Here we are at our blackberry and raspberry bushes, and as you can see, we've got some really great blooms going on here. You can see some of the blackberries that are starting to form. So we're gonna have some good blackberries this summer. It's not gonna be a whole lot still, but we do have some runner vines that are starting to kind of sprout up in different places. The raspberries, oh my goodness, we are going to have a bumper crop of raspberries this year. So as you can see here, we got some blooms going on and they are all over. We're going to have lots of raspberries this year. I'm so excited because I love raspberries. Okay, so here we are. This is in the last video I showed you that this is where I planted my radishes. I thinned them out. Looks like we may have had a snail in here feasting a little bit on the leaves, but he only got that one, it looks like. So this one looks like it's really going well. Here, this doesn't have any drainage at the bottom, which is kind of unfortunate, but it doesn't look like it's doing too shabby. Again, I've got some radishes here. These are supposedly going to be flowers, but those flowers are also in this pot. They seem to be doing a little bit better. This is our strawberries. We have one lone strawberry left that's still ripening. It was the first year for the strawberries, so we only had a few, but we've got lots of runners, and I think I'm going to have to maybe transplant these into the ground somewhere where they can spread and have room. Okay, so here we are at the garden. As you can see, we're doing work. We're putting in a little path. There's going to be another garden box here and then another one behind the second one. Now, in my last video, we were still working on the second one and it's done. So here we are. This is my zucchini, and it looks like we're going to be having we've got some blooms going on already. That's new. Oops, there we go. That bloom was not there yesterday. So the zucchini is doing good. Next time we are definitely going to be putting our zucchini in a place where it can have a lot more room than it does over here. And this is my cabbage. The heads aren't forming yet, but I know that it's going to take some time. So we have that is supposed to be cauliflower, and I think it's going to be cauliflower. It's just green. My broccoli is doing really well. I say that's supposed to be cauliflower. I asked for one cauliflower and one broccoli, so I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's cauliflower though. This is my cucumbers. These white spots, I do think that they are just from the rain. We had so much dry weather for the longest time, and then when it rained, I think it just left spots everywhere. So these are my cucumbers. I've got lots and lots of blooms here on these cucumbers. This is my celery, and it's kind of getting crowded a little bit, but doing well. Again, I think the cucumbers we're going to plant somewhere where they can just have lots of room to sort of spread themselves out. I think I'm going to be able to manage to save this tomato plant. It's still kind of up in the air. I pinched off all of the yellow leaves that were kind of looking sickly, and I've been spraying it down with a solution of water, milk, and baking soda. And so we'll see. We've had a huge aphid infestation everywhere here. Not just in my garden, but everywhere. Sort of everyone's complaining about it. As you can see, we've got some aphids on here still. I'm doing that solution every 2 to 3 days. This tomato plant is doing fabulously. As you can see, we've got a nice bunch of tomatoes and still lots and lots of blooms everywhere. We've harvested some lettuce already, and I think I'm going to be sharing some lettuce with people because there's a lot and more than what we can eat right now. But, you know, of course, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it's just going to continue to grow. It's not hot enough for it to sort of, you know, start to create seed. Okay, onto our new garden box. Planted this last week, some more lettuce. We eat lots of salad, so lots and lots of lettuce. These are my radishes. They aren't doing quite as fabulously as in the other spot. I don't know, it could be just because that other spot gets more sun. Not sure. We'll see. You know, that was just a hopeful thing. I love radishes, so I thought, well, we'll just see how it does. These are all tomatoes. We also love tomatoes. All of us do. And so we have some plum tomatoes or Roma tomatoes. We have some American tomatoes is what they're called. And then another hybrid style called apple tomatoes. And so these are more of a later crop. The ones in the other garden box are kind of an earlier crop. I wanted to be able to have some for now and some for later because, like I said, we love our tomatoes. So with aroma tomatoes, I think I'm going to be doing a lot of salsa this year, which is going to be wonderful. I've got a couple more things to show you. So you can see this little weed here among the other weeds, which of course I'm going to be cleaning out this little spot. Now, this is actually the same herb that I showed you in the last video. I got this from my mother-in-law and I actually thought it didn't take. She gave me two and I planted one on this side and one on the other side of the garden boxes. And I just, lo and behold, saw this the other day and recognized it. It is called, I'm trying to remember what it's called in English. It's called a couple of things in Croatian. They call it vegeta and they also call it lupchats. And so I'm going to have to look up the word in English and I'll put it in the description or, you know, embedded in this video. And here it is on the other side. This one's doing a lot better as far as like, you know, how far it's growing. It's a little drier and it was a lot more, there were a lot more branches, but somebody stepped on it. So I'm going to be kind of weeding around in here. I had no idea that these were growing until just recently. And so, yeah, I'm going to be kind of clearing it out and kind of creating a special spot for it so that people know that it's here. So that's that for now. That's our garden update. We are having so much fun. Harvesting the lettuce and looking forward to the other things to come. The kids have been coming out and checking the garden every day, looking for new blooms and asking, you know, is this a weed? Is that a weed? You know, should I pull this out or pull that out? And asking, you know, what different things are. I think it's so great that, you know, this way they can look and see, you know, what is the difference, you know, between like say a squash and a cucumber, because there are similarities. You know, what does a cabbage plant look like? How does broccoli grow? They were very intrigued with the broccoli. So, you know, looking at the tomato plants and examining, you know, how many tomatoes we have and all of that. It has been so much fun to see them, you know, learn how the different foods that we eat every day actually grow in a garden. That has been really, really fabulous for them. And so, and it's been fun for us to be able to sit down to dinner and say, this is a salad out of our own garden. It's been great. So, it's been a great learning experience for them. And I think it's really made sort of our science unit come to life. Where, you know, that we aren't just planting like a bean seed and watching it grow. We can actually plant all kinds of things in our garden and watch all kinds of things grow in real life and see it bloom. So, and definitely next year we're going to be doing more. As I said, we're going to be adding 2 more garden boxes. And I think in another spot in our yard, we have a huge spot that we're not using. And I think that's where we're going to be putting our squash and cucumbers next year, because it's going to give a huge amount of ample space for them to sort of spread out and grow. And so since our garden has more or less succeeded this year, we are going to be doing a lot more next year. So it's been a fun experience so far. And I think for next year, I want to sort of harvest some seeds from what we have and you know, maybe even purchase some seeds and try to do from actual seed to harvest next year instead of just buying growths. So it's a fun thing, and it's great to include the kids. It's a wonderful learning experience for them. And of course, it promotes healthy eating for us because it's so much funner to eat vegetables when they've grown in your own garden. So, so there you have it. That is our garden update. If you like this video, be sure to leave that thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that. And be sure to ring that bell for notifications because it lets you know when a new video goes up. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.